if there's no music with it, I think this film will be pale.
Could I only experience at this, having done 1,000 performances of music for film scores already?
When I write music for a film, first I watch the film and make a lot of notes about what the action in the film is, what the characters are doing, and it's a long list usually which if anybody else read it would not make a lot of sense, because sometimes what I'm most interested in is when a scene ends and when somebody moves into a room or something like that. Sometimes I don't get a chance at all to prepare. I was just in Italy at a festival in Pordenone, and every day each of the pianists, there are about 9 pianists and myself, have to play for whatever the films are, and sometimes there was no chance to see them ahead of time. So we sit in the pit, the film comes on the screen, and we just play. So I've been writing film music since 1971, and I've written other film scores and other chamber pieces which had a variety of instruments, a wind instrument, a brass instrument, some strings. And so I just thought, based on the characters in this film, that a trombone would be a good representation of Dr. Caligari. There's actually 4 sections, and I wrote them sometimes to correspond to the ends of the acts of the film. There are 6 acts in the film, but then I overlapped the acts in the middle of the sections because I wanted the music to continue. I wrote all the music myself, and I took the music that I had written and recorded. It started in 2002 really as an improvisation, the way a lot of my film music does. This music was in a very particular style for a German expressionist film. It's not, I can't even say that it's the style that I like writing in the most, but it happens that I have written for quite a number of German expressionist films. I've also written music for Asian films, for Japanese films by Ozu and Shimizu, and music for Chinese films, French films and Italian films, and of course American and British films. And each one of these types of films, whether it's a comedy or a horror film or a documentary or whatever, they have their own particular necessities musically, and I seem to have a good amount of flexibility in the way that I can write for films. It's fun to write for so many different kinds of films because it gives me a chance to experiment and not always get caught in the same style and the same rhythms and so forth.